everybody, Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder. I'm going to show you guys a meal that I prepare for us. I do this meal, excuse me, at home, but I decided tonight that we were going to have this meal out while we're camping. Now this dinner that we're doing tonight is what I call taco surprise. I don't know why I just do. So we're going to be utilizing our Joule kettle to boil our bag of success rice, which is going to be part of the meal tonight.
All right, so Karen is doing what she calls her taco surprise tonight.
And just because I didn't know what else to call it.
Karen's best meals are ones that she just wings it. This is one of those. This one's going to be great.
All right, so this meal I do with chicken. I just cut up some chicken breasts into small pieces. And I cook them in olive oil. And I just add some cumin, paprika, some chili powder, salt and pepper, and just cook them until they're done.
All right, and the cool thing about Karen's spice jars for the van they're magnetic.
Yeah, so I take them when I'm done, and I can put them on the inside of the door of my my storage locker in there in the van, so that kind of keeps everything in there. Yep. All right, so I think these are about done, so I'm going to turn this down. All right, so I'm just going to cover this with foil. Until we're ready. All right, so got the chicken done. So the only other thing that's really going to take any time is to boil the success rice. So we're going to get the Joule going. I wanted to show you guys too. We are running it off of our new
All Powers
portable power station. Yep.
So, and the reason that is important is cooking outside is how we cook in the van.
All right, so we are going to utilize our Joule tea kettle to boil the water for our success rice that we're going to be having with our meal tonight. We just plugged it in. Now this has 3 settings. Right now it is on a low setting, which is supposed to boil the water, but we'll see.
Right.
The highest setting is a continuous boil. Like if you're really cooking something that you need to boil for a while.
Yeah, that's actually the popcorn mode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
the popcorn? Yeah, that's right.
The high, right, yep.
Right, so the other 2 settings, I think there's 2 other settings.
Right, it's like a medium and a low.
Right.
So right now we're on the low.
Right, and it is pulling 469 watts.
In addition to, we've got the fridge plugged in.
The bougie plugged into it.
Right.
Yep.
So the reason that we like, and by we, I mean Karen, cooks outside is we don't cook in the van. Because of the mess, the smell, and did I mention the mess?
Yes.
We just do all of our cooking outside.
We don't even boil water in the van.
No, the only cooking we do is Karen will fire up the Keurig in the van in the morning for coffee.
Yep, that's pretty much it. All right, so I have some really, really ripe avocado here, and I'm going to make us some guacamole. Karen's version of guacamole, anyway. I do real basic. I just do the avocado, some fresh tomatoes sliced into it, and some chives, salt and pepper, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of olive oil. I do put that in there as well. Mash it all together and call it guacamole. So this is a really, really simple meal. All you have to do as far as cooking is get your chicken cooked, and sometimes I use the success rice, and sometimes I just use the microwave rice, or if I have leftover rice I might use that. All right, so I'm going to get the tomatoes in the bowl. All right, put a little bit of olive oil in here. Okay, a little bit of salt. And some chives. Now a lot of people like to do red onion, and believe me, I love red onion. But red onion, or onions in particular raw, are just, I can't do them anymore. So I found a way to substitute chives into most of my recipes to add the onion flavor that I like in my food. And that seems to work well. So I'm just going to mash all this up together and call this guacamole.
All right, so while Karen is busy doing all the cooking, because Karen does all the cooking so we can eat, the deal is if she cooks, I clean up. So I have a few things that I use for that. These two and these two. And then these all go up to the wash station at the campground with me, and I'll show you that a little bit later. All right
Guys, so you can see the water is boiling. Let's see what the Joules do, or the power station is doing right now.
It is pulling 470 watts.
Okay, so we have to boil the rice, I think. Oh, all right, it says 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right,
So yeah,
we're
we
just
got
going
to
to drop the bag in.
Full out boil.
And this is on the low setting with this Joule, but this thing's handling it really well, I think.
Right, and again, we are still
And we're also using
right,
the Bouchard.
right. Our fridge is still plugged in.
Yep.
Plugged in. So, how long do we got, Karen? 8 to 10 minutes?
8 minutes.
All right, all right. Then I'll continue to get my cleanup station ready.
Okay. All right, so I think our rice is ready. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. All right. Just going to let that drain for a second in there. All right, so we just took the rice out of the Joule, out of the tea kettle that we have plugged into our new power unit, and it handled it just fine once we figured out how to use our tea kettle properly. This thing has an automatic kickoff for the drink button, but you have to sit on the second button, which we figured out. But anyhow, it handled this pot just fine.
The fridge is still running.
The fridge is still running. We could have probably powered our phones or something else off of it too, I think. And it would have worked just fine.
Right, now we used this earlier today as well, so, and we still have some remaining power, but we will be recharging it for this. This is what we're going to use to power the fridge going down the road.
Right, and it'll do just fine for the refrigerator. Yeah. All right, so we just finished cooking our rice. And pour that into a bowl. All right. All right, so I covered everything up because we were having some little gnats. Now, it is the end of October, and it is like 70 degrees, and we're having little bugs and gnats. Can you believe that? Anyway, so I did cover everything up to prevent them from getting into the food while we were waiting on the rice. All right, so anyhow, this is a very, very simple meal, and I'm going to show you how we put it together. All right, so we just take the rice, spoon it in. The rice is nice and fluffy, isn't it? All right, and then you just top it with your favorite toppings. Put some black beans in there. There you go.
Karen's homemade guacamole.
Now this salsa I buy already done up. It's really good. It's the Giant brand of mild salsa. It's the fresh kind. I like this the best. And then you just kind of sprinkle that in there. However much of that you may want. Some guacamole on the side. Okay. Alright. Running out of spoons, so I'm just going to fork it in. Just put a little bit of sour cream in there on the side. Alright. And then put some of the chicken that I made earlier on top. And for those of you who are vegetarian, you can skip this step. There you go. And this meal we eat with the, I bought these at Aldi's. These are pretty good.
They're very good.
Yeah, these are the tortilla chips from Aldi's. Whoops, just plain tortilla chips. Good. And then we were at the Etsy outlet and they were giving these away for free. So I was like, let's try them out tonight. All right. Okay, everybody, so you could probably make this kind of a meal even simpler. I took the time to prepare the chicken and made my own guacamole, but you could probably buy it pre-made if you wanted to. And also, I know the grocery store does pre-cooked chicken, like shredded chicken, that you could spice it up a little bit and you wouldn't even have to cook that.
The rotisserie? That's actually good, too.
Yeah, you can make this a whole lot easier than what I did. You can buy your rice already prepared, throw all the ingredients in the bowl, and you're good to go. We did take the time to prepare most of this food ourselves.
Karen took the time to prepare the food.
So anyhow, that's pretty much what there is, all there is to it. And we eat it by just putting everything on top of a tortilla chip like this. A little bit of sour cream. Whoop, whoop, there goes my chicken. A little bit of guacamole, and just take a big bite. Right?
Guacamole is fantastic.
Good.
Oh yeah, and remember, we're gonna try these chips. Here we go.
Alright, so these are called spicy green chili flavored tortilla chips.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, non-GMO, whole grain.
All right, let's see what the verdict is on them.
All right. One for you.
Ooh, they smell,
I'm going to take a bite of one without anything first.
ooh, they're kicky.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you could eat these just like this.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, they're spicy though. I think I'm gonna stick with the non-spicy because your meal's fine just as is.
All right.
There's the verdict.
That's a good snack. Okay, so this is, the kind of meal, like I said earlier, if you wanted to do shortcuts with buying pre-cooked rice and already made guacamole and pre-cooked chicken, you can make this real simple. And so eating while you're out traveling on the road can be healthy if you choose to make it healthy. Shannon and I both have a difficult time eating yuck food. We're just not very good at fast food, and we eat a lot of home-cooked meals, so it usually upsets our stomach if we eat out too much. So this has worked out well for us, along with some of the other meals that I prep while we're out on the road. But your rotisserie chicken that you can buy at the grocery store, that thing you can stretch into all sorts of meals if you're out traveling around. But anyhow, we wanted to share this meal with you, and hopefully somebody out there will enjoy it. All right.
Thank you for dinner, Karen.
You're welcome. See you guys later. Bye.